Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be really fun. At least I'm going to have fun. I'm excited about this because a while back I actually posted a video where I mixed 2 products per step in my makeup routine, just using the stuff that I had to create something brand new. And in that video, I asked you guys if you would help me out with this video, which is going to be trying out your favorite makeup combinations. I'm really excited. So many people submitted things. I wasn't sure how many people mix their makeup on a regular basis, but clearly you guys have like your favorite combos, especially foundations. I feel like that's what people mix the most, but I have every single combination in front of me. I will be telling you who submitted what. And first of all, thank you so much to everybody who submitted your combination and took the time to write out the application tips. I had so much fun reading through them all. So if you guys enjoy this, I mean, there were so many submissions. I feel like I could definitely do more in the future, but you know, let's start with the first video before we get too carried away. So we're gonna do face first. We're just gonna get right into it. So the first combination was submitted by Arrington. I have my paper printed out here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So this is for primer slash moisturizer, so a way to prep the skin. And they said the Smashbox Primerizer combined with the Glossier Future Dew is one of their favorite combinations. And the note that was left is I take 1 pump of each and mix them together. It gives you the most glowy, lit from within look under makeup. And I am so excited to try this out. It's been a while since I've used either of these. I love them both individually. I feel like that was like 1.5 pumps of the primerizer, and then I'll do 1 pump of the Future Dew. So here's what that looks like on the back of my hand. I'm gonna combine the two. Ooh, okay. So if you're familiar with the Future Dew, you'll know that it is a little bit thick. It's on the heavier side, where the Smashbox Primerizer is actually pretty lightweight. So the two together are feeling like a really nice texture. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this all over the face. I'm just taking it off the back of my hand and putting this all over the skin. My skin kind of already looks dewy because I just barely finished my skincare routine, but hopefully we'll be able to see the effect that this gives, especially with the Glossier Future Dew, because it has a pretty dewy finish. It smells really good too, like the combination. Wow, that feels really nice. It's not too heavy, but also it feels like your skin is gonna be really hydrated throughout the day. And look at that glow. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this video if you can't tell, because it was so fun to be able to read through all of these products, and so many of the products I owned both already. Actually, everything that I'm using in today's video, I owned already, so I didn't even have to go out and buy anything. And it's fun because it's almost like a secret code, it felt like, you know, where you guys were telling me a secret way to mix the products that I already have to create something that you love. So I think it's kind of fun. We are glowy. Next up, we are going to do foundation. Now, this was the most submitted category, and I will say people love combinations with the L'Oreal Infallible. There were so many different combinations that I really wanted to try out. I'll have to try out some of the other ones later. People mixed this with the It Cosmetics CC Cream. Some people did this and the Believe Beauty Foundation and said they love it. But one that was mentioned a couple of times, specifically by Camila and Anna, I feel like maybe there was more, and if there were, I'm sorry if I didn't see them, but they both said the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer along with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Foundation is their favorite combo. And let's see, Camila didn't leave a tip, but Anna said she uses a brush first, then goes over it with a sponge. This combo is bomb. Love you, Allie. Thank you. I love you too. Thanks for submitting this. I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna do 1 pump of the L'Oreal, and I'm gonna take the shade Fair 4N in the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I'm gonna try to do just 1 pump of this as well, if it will let me. Whoa. I don't know why it's being so strange today. I tried to get equal parts on the back of my hand. That's probably a lot, but I feel like I need to get equal parts, so that's why I pumped a little bit more of the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer on. Okay, we're mixing that up. It feels so nice on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of put this on the face and then take a foundation brush, since that's the tip that Anna had for us, was to use it with a foundation brush first and then go in with a sponge. I like the idea of this combination because the L'Oreal one is a super good, long-wearing, pretty full coverage foundation if you want it to be. This tinted moisturizer also actually wears really well on me. It's a little more on the sheer hydrating side, so I thought this combination sounded brilliant. It's 2 products that I know work well for me already. So I'm excited to see how this looks. I'm really liking the texture so far, especially on top of that primer base we created. Things are looking very healthy, very dewy. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of what's left on the back of the hand. I think I'm not gonna be able to use all of that, but I'm just gonna go over everything with a sponge, just like she said. This is what I like to do anyway, but it really is such a good tip for getting the most natural look out of your foundations. Okay, that looks so pretty. I love how that looks. I definitely feel like the primer combination we used gave us even more of a dewy finish, but that foundation combo feels really lightweight on the skin. I'm really loving how that looks. I'm excited to see how it wears too. For today, I'm gonna be doing just a note as far as the wear test goes because I've already used so many of these products and I'm not gonna be able to do a proper vlog check-in today. I know that probably would have been ideal, but I will definitely be sure to update you guys on how all of this wears by the end of the night. I'm assuming everything's gonna hold up really well though, because again, a lot of these products I know and love already and they already work for me. That's what happened with the last time I did this. When I mixed my makeup in that last video, it wore so beautifully. Everything looked so good. So I'm expecting the same. Okay, we're gonna go into concealer. This was submitted by Grace and she said the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer combined with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This sounded really interesting. Let me read you the tip that she gave. So she said, I apply the Neutrogena under my eyes and blend it out with the sponge. Then I take the L'Oreal and apply a small amount directly to my finger and tap it only on the darkest areas of my under eye. I'm obsessed with that tip. I can't wait to try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Radiant Cream Concealer first. Just like she said, I'm gonna apply this underneath the eyes and then blend it out with a sponge. And that'll give us our base coverage. I'm obsessed with this concealer. It's so beautiful and so healthy looking. Okay, so we've got that. By the way, I'm using the shade Ivory underneath the eyes. Okay, so now we have a nice hydrated base, but I can see where in some areas, you know, this isn't the best for full coverage. So the areas where I have a little more darkness right here, I'm gonna do what she told me, and I'm gonna take the shade Ivory in the L'Oreal Infallible, and we are going to take that and do a small amount directly onto my finger. Maybe that much? I don't know. Let's try it. Maybe I'll distribute that between both fingers and just go in with my finger this time and press that concealer just where I need a little more coverage. Oh my gosh. I love that. I definitely feel like you get that slight added coverage, but it doesn't take away from the freshness that we got from the Neutrogena concealer. Now she didn't say this, but I am gonna go in really lightly over top of that concealer with a sponge just to make sure the texture is blended together. But I think that looks great. I love doing these videos where I try out your tips and tricks and also just anything that you guys suggest because I don't think I've ever been disappointed by something you guys have suggested. You have such good taste in makeup and clearly such good makeup combinations so far as well. So we're gonna move on to some bronzer. So I actually have cream bronzer and then we'll do a powder bronzer laid on top later. The first one was submitted by Hazel. They said the Huda Beauty Tantour and Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand is a really good combination. I'm obsessed with both of these, so I'm excited to try this out. I'm not sure, they didn't leave a tip, so I don't know if like I'm supposed to mix them together on my hand. I think that's what I'll do. I need to grab a contour brush, hang on. Okay, so I think I'll mix this on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury contour one first. I'm not gonna need that much. A little bit of this goes a long way, so I think I put too much on the back of my hand, but that's all right. We're gonna go into the Huda Beauty Tantour with a contour brush. I'm gonna pick this up on the brush first and then kind of stipple it into the back of my hand, and I'm gonna slowly drag a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury one into that formula to try to make it a little more on the dewy side. Hopefully this works. I'm not sure if I was supposed to do it differently. Yeah, we're just hoping that this turns out. So I've mixed the two. There's definitely plenty on the brush. I'm gonna go ahead and start lightly sculpting the face with this. I'm gonna try to be as light as possible anyway, even though there's quite a bit of product in the brush from mixing. I might actually need two brushes, like one to apply this and then one to buff it out. Maybe I'll be okay. I'm just gonna take that brush and kind of dab off the excess on a tissue before going in and blending things out. So the formulas are definitely very different on these. The Charlotte Tilbury one is more liquidy. The Tantour is more of the cream to powder type finish. So this is a really interesting combination, but I'm really loving the undertone of this because I love how both of those wear and look on their own. I wear them all the time by themselves. This looks really pretty. We're gonna look pretty bronzy today because again, I do have a powder bronzer combination to apply later. I'm gonna put that on the sides of the nose and under the lip. Okay, just to make sure everything's super blended, first of all, I'm gonna wipe off the bronzer on the back of the hand. To make sure it's blended though, I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and just tap everything out around the edges, especially to make sure everything blends into each other seamlessly. I think that looks so good. They actually blended together really well. I'm sure they would work layered on top of each other directly on the skin too, but honestly, it was kind of fun to mix them. All right, we are gonna move on to powder. So the powder combination I'm gonna be using was submitted by Karen, and she said the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder, which I love, and the Laura Mercier Setting Powder. What a cool combination. I'm so excited to try this out. So then she said add a little bit more of the Halo Glow than the Laura Mercier. So I'm gonna do that. Let's go ahead and do this in the Laura Mercier cap. Okay, so I got a pretty good amount in the cap. That should be plenty for my entire face. And I'm gonna mix a little of the Halo Glow in there. I'm gonna do a bit more, just like she said. Okay, hopefully that's a good amount. And now I'm gonna take my powder brush and mix the two together in the cap. Truly, combining makeup, you guys, it's therapeutic. Like, makeup is already therapy for me, but then when you're like cooking up some sort of powder, oh, it's just next level. I'm gonna take my sponge and lightly pat away any creasing from the concealer and then go in with that powder directly under the eyes. To start, I'm so excited about this combination because I love both those powders by themselves. And I love the idea of the gorgeous sheen the e.l.f. gives mixed in with like the longevity of the Laura Mercier. I like to use a little bit more in the T-zone for me so that it helps control my oils throughout the day. You guys, this is looking so good. And then I'm gonna take a larger brush with whatever's left in the cap. I think I made just the right amount of powder, folks. I love that. And I'm gonna take that and just set the rest of the face. So I really want this to last as long as possible today. Okay, then I'm gonna take my sponge and just gently press that powder into the skin. I love how that looks. It's so flawless, but it doesn't look drying and it doesn't feel drying, probably because of all the steps we did. Like the primer was really hydrating, the foundation combination was more hydrating too. So that powder combination really helped balance out any dewiness, but I still feel like my skin looks really healthy. All right, we are going to move on to, let's see here. I'm gonna do the other part of the bronzer, so the powder bronzer. Even though I'm looking pretty bronzy, I probably don't need powder bronzer, but I wanna try this anyway. So this was submitted by Sam, and they said the Maybelline City Bronzer mixed with the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze Bronzer. It's been so long since I've used this. I used to love this bronzer, so when I saw this combo, I really wanted to try it out. So they said start with the Maybelline more in the hollows and then Bare Minerals more toward the high points. Love you, Allie. Love you too, Sam. Okay, let's go ahead and put the Maybelline City Bronzer more on the hollows, like this. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I'm also gonna go on the sides of the nose with this. Let's put a bit on the forehead too, just on the sides. Okay, so we've got the Maybelline one on. Now I'm gonna go into the Bare Minerals, and this I'm gonna put a little bit higher, kind of like blush almost. Ooh, it gives a really beautiful sheen, and because of the baked formula, it looks super natural on the skin. Oh, I love that. Oh, I really love that. I'm so bronzy because of the cream bronzer too, but that's all right. We love a good bronzy look. Wow, I'm so excited about this. Okay, we are gonna do brows next. So I have a couple of brow tips that were submitted. I'm gonna do the first one from Ting Ting, and they said ABH Brow Wiz, which I have right here, and the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And the tip with these two is, they said, I use the ABH Fine Tip to define my brows and Benefit to fill in the remainder of my brows. So I'm assuming, I hope I have product left in this. I think I do, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna brush up the brows. I'm gonna start off with the Anastasia one. The only shade that I have right now, I think, I couldn't find my other shade. I think I have dark brown somewhere, but this one is soft brown. It'll just have to work. So I'm just gonna kind of create the shape. That's what I'm assuming they're talking about, is just kind of tracing out the shape first. I forgot the spoolie is broken on this one. Okay, so there's that. I did put a little bit on the front of the brow, and then I'm just gonna take my Benefit Goof Proof, and I'm literally gonna just color in the middle. Well, that was easy. Fun. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. Wow, I feel like I was able to really fill in my brows quickly because you just basically color in the lines after filling in the shape of the brow. I really like that tip. Thank you so much. Let's quickly do the eyes. I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I'm gonna do eyeshadow now. So there was a lot of fun eyeshadow combinations. The one that I'm gonna try out is from Tammy, and she said the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Cobblestone with the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadow in the shade Smoke on top. So she says, I put the caviar stick all over the lid and blend it out into the crease, then top with the Scattered Light eyeshadow. Really excited to try this out. So we've got Laura Mercier's Cobblestone, which is like a really pretty taupey brown. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that on the lid. I'm gonna take a brush and follow Tammy's tip to brush this up toward the crease. I'm gonna layer on just a little more and blend that up and out. I'm also gonna apply just this color along the lower lash line. I'm gonna pinch the brush and blend that out just for a little bit of definition on the lower lashes too. I'm actually gonna do one eye at a time because I want that eyeshadow glitter to adhere to the cobblestone stick. So this is the Hourglass Scattered Light Shadow in the shade Smoke, a beautiful kind of taupey brown. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top. Ooh, oh, that's like a perfect combo. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Well, this is probably gonna be my new go-to quick one and done smoky eye. Like, are you kidding me? That is so pretty. All right, I'm gonna do the other eye. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with that. Tammy, you know what you're talking about. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I honestly cannot get over it. Why have I never thought to do a Laura Mercier caviar stick with a glitter topper like this? It's such an easy eye look, but it looks like I tried so hard. It's so pretty. All right, let's go ahead and pop on some mascara. So Alicia submitted this mascara combination, which I'm really excited to try. She said, I swear by mixing the Wander Beauty Mile High Club mascara and the NYX On The Rise Lifting and Volumizing mascaras. She said they both give you length, volume, and lift. I'm excited. I don't know which one to use first. I think I'm gonna try the On The Rise one first, and then we'll do a little bit of the Mile High Club right on top. So I'm going in with NYX On The Rise. I'm obsessed with this mascara. It's been way too long since I've used it though. So I was really excited when I saw this combination because I needed an excuse to use this again. Okay, so this is gonna really set a nice base, I feel like, for the next mascara. Now I'm gonna layer up the Wander Beauty Mile High. Oh wow, yeah, it's layering super nicely. Okay, length. This definitely is a wonderfully lengthening combination. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna lightly do the same combo on the lower lashes. How pretty. That looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. Well, that is a beautiful, super lifting and lengthening mascara combo. This is so fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this video. Okay, we're gonna do blush next. So this was submitted by Madison, and her combination is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm Color Drops right here in the shade Pinched specifically, so I have that, with the Milani Baked Blush in Bella Bellini, which I also happen to have layered on top. So her tip is to apply the Flower Beauty first, then the Milani, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Flower Beauty blush just on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna dip the bottom of my sponge into this. This is such a pretty color. So I'm gonna smile and just start to apply this on the cheeks. It's a really subtle peachy color, but that's what I love about it. And I'm excited because this is gonna create a really nice, glowy, and a little bit more of a tacky base for that Milani blush to go on top. Okay, so we can kind of see it right there. It's super pretty. And then we apply the Milani Bella Bellini blush, which looks really pretty as well. It's been a while since I've used this. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this lightly to the apples of the cheeks. Ooh, so pretty. I love that peachiness. It's so nice. I am gonna take my powder brush and just make sure it didn't get too close to the eye area and that it's super blended into the rest of the products around the face. Ooh, that's really nice. Super fresh. I love that. Okay, we're gonna do highlighter next. Let me see, where is the highlighter? Here we go. Highlighter combination was submitted by Julia, and this, when I saw this combo, I was like, okay, I have to try that out. She said the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and the ColourPop Lunch Money Super Shock Highlighter. I love both of these, and I've never, ever, ever in my life combined them. So her tip is to apply the Hollywood filter to the skin first, then the ColourPop on top. So if you don't know, you can actually use this as a highlighter. So I'm just gonna dab that onto the skin and blend it out gently to create that initial base. And then I'm actually gonna take my sponge, that's how I like to apply the ColourPop one too, and I'm gonna dip that into ColourPop Lunch Money and apply that on top. Oh dear, where has this been all my life? Are you serious? Honestly, truly shocked and in awe. Oh my word, that is so beautiful. Because it's like a very blinding highlight, but in the most natural way. It looks like it's literally just your skin glowing from within. It looks metallic, but it's not glittery in any way. What? Wow. Very impressed by that, if you can't tell. I mean, are you guys not impressed? Wow. Those are gonna be sitting on my desk forever and ever now. Okay, we're gonna move on to lips. So this was submitted by Emery, and she said the ColourPop BFF2 pencil with the ColourPop Gimme S'more tint, and then her tip was obviously the lip pencil, then the lip tint. Haha. Love you, Allie. Love you too, Emery. Okay, this looked really interesting. The thing is, I didn't really know how all these products would look together. So far, they're looking really nice. We're gonna try out this lip combo. I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop BFF2. I don't know if I've ever tried this. It was sent to me a long time ago, and I don't think I've ever used it. I'm so excited. Ooh, really pretty kind of rosy brown color. I'm gonna slightly fill in the lips with this. And then we are going to layer on top the ColourPop Just a Tint lipstick in the shade Gimme S'more. Oh, that's like a really nice combo. Those match up perfectly. You know what? I feel like this lip actually works pretty well with like the peachier cheek and a taupey eye. I feel like my pink jacket is kind of throwing things off. Like if you took away that color, it would look very, very cohesive. So pretty. Wow, that's a really good like everyday lip combo. Let's step back and assess the situation, and then we're gonna do setting spray. There's a really fun setting spray combo that I'm excited to try, which I don't think I have tried this combo, which is insane because I love both these setting sprays so much. Look how glowy and fresh my skin looks, honestly, thanks to you guys. I love this. I do wanna take a little bit more of what's left in the Laura Mercier lid and just make sure that the T-zone is nice and locked in. Since we're looking pretty dewy everywhere else, I wanna make sure my T-zone doesn't get overly oily throughout the day. That highlight, honestly, truly, I cannot get over it. It's so pretty. Setting spray, and then I have a brow setting combination that someone submitted too. This combination was submitted by Kirsten, and she said the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Mist, which I love, and the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I don't think I've ever combined these two. Love them both. So she said Morphe all over and ColourPop on the outside of the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take the Morphe, go all over. I'm gonna kind of let that sink in before going in with the ColourPop. I'm gonna press that into the skin. Then the ColourPop Hyaluronic Setting Mist, one of my personal faves. I need to buy a new one because this is almost out and it's kind of spitting at me when it should not. Hopefully that doesn't ruin anything. I really just need to get a new one to avoid this spitting. I'm just gonna dry that off with my fan a little bit first and then gently try to pat away those spots. Okay, yeah, we're fine. No worries there. Okay, last but not least, I really like how everything is looking. My skin feels so hydrated with all those products. Okay, so the last thing is a tip for setting the brows by Bianca. And she said the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter and the Benefit Gimme Brow. So she said after filling in the brows, apply the 24-hour gel for hold, then layer in the Gimme Brow on top for volume and color. So I've already filled in my brows. So I thought this would be a perfect way to end this video. You guys know how much I love this, so I'm gonna go ahead and run this through the brows first. Then I'm gonna take the Gimme Brow from Benefit. I'm gonna use the shade 3, and I'm gonna run this over top of the clear gel, just to kind of fill things in a little more. Oh wow, I actually really like that I feel like I'm not the best with tinted brow gels, but honestly, this Gimme Brow, the applicator is small enough to where I feel like I don't go overboard. I think that's so nice. Wow, okay, well, how do we feel? I feel so pretty in this makeup. I definitely am so excited about so many of the combinations that I was able to try thanks to you guys. I would love to know, based off of what you saw, what combination was your favorite? I think I'm the most excited about the foundation. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite. Every single one was super exciting, but the foundation looks really good. The concealer tip was amazing as well. The eyeshadow combination was so easy and it looks really beautiful. The highlighter, of course, is flooring me still. I feel so pretty in this makeup and it's thanks to you guys. So again, thank you to everybody who submitted your favorite combinations. Let me know if you enjoyed this and if you would like to see more, because there were so many submissions. I could definitely try out more of your favorite combinations in the future if you would like for me to. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I think I had the most fun filming this video. I have so much fun every time I try out products or things that you guys recommend, but this video especially was so fun. So thank you all to everybody who participated, and I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!